Hello, I'm Kat. Welcome to the Lake District Yogi. Today I've got a really nice liquid slow flow to share with you. So something that's going to work our entire body, bring in lots of fluidity and warmth to ourselves. So without further ado, we will get started lying on our backs. So we'll start by kind of easing ourselves into our bodies. So getting comfortable down here and then really making connection with the ground beneath you. So feeling into the back of the head, feeling the soles of the feet, feeling through the shoulder blades, that space at the back of the heart, the hips. So just noticing all this contact with the floor. And then let your awareness just lightly land on your breathing. Maybe beginning to just see how it's presenting right now, depending on what stage of the day you're in, what kind of day you're having. If we're very stressed, the breath can be quite rapid, quite high, stuck up in the chest. So what we want to do here is just give ourselves an opportunity to just give the breath a little bit more space. So if you imagine breathing into this top part of your chest, maybe you could visualize breathing it into a bit deeper into the chest, a bit fuller. Nothing harsh, just gentle exploration of space, finding some expansiveness for the breath. Doing any little sighs that you need to do to help you on your way into this new space in the day. And then keeping your left foot nicely rooted, bring the right knee into the chest and then extend the right leg. So you might need to adjust your shoulders a little bit here. You can hold onto the back of the leg. Doesn't have to go straight. We're just going to explore here. So you can find any amount of small movement or sways. You can rotate the ankle. Keep some awareness on that left foot. So create that perfect amount of pressure, the sole of the left foot. Too much and you start to lift the hips. Not enough and this left leg's just completely blur. So we want the left leg nice and engaged and just the right amount of pressing down into the earth to create stability so that we can explore the back of this leg. So by all means, you can draw it towards you, you can sway it side to side. Feel your way in gently and gradually. And then slowly bend the knee, place the ankle just below the left knee. You can open out that right knee a bit, and this might be enough, might be perfectly fine to stay here. Or you can lift the left foot off the floor, you can clasp behind the thigh, keep this right foot really flexed, and then if there's space, slowly start to draw everything in. And again, here you can find any amount of sway, movement. Rocking is really soothing, especially if our nervous systems are a little bit jangled. So just listen to your body, feel your way in, find out what's best for you, what you need right now. And slowly find stillness, let the left foot come down and then the right foot. Close the eyes, just take a full round of breath, make it spacious. Feel into the two sides of the body or feel into where there is an increase in energy, where is there a little buzzing under the skin. And then when you're ready, create that same contact through the sole of the right foot. Bring the left knee into the chest and extend and explore the back of the left leg. So when you go into shapes and poses with feeling like this, with compassion for your body, when you're listening and you're attentive, you'll start to notice how much feedback your body gives you. You'll know exactly when is the time to back off or when to go deeper. Gently bend that knee, place the ankle just below the right knee, and either stay here or lift the right foot off the floor and draw everything in. Now keep the left foot fully flexed. Find your sway if that's what you want to do. Stillness is good too. And as you're doing this, the breath may have naturally started to slow all by itself. So maybe help it along its way by consciously slowing the in-breath and then lengthening the out-breath. Not so much you create any tension at all, but just enough so that we're finding that space, finding that depth, but really gradually. Okay, gently find stillness, let the right foot come down and then the left foot. Place your hands maybe on your belly or beside you, close the eyes, take that full round of breath again. Feel. And then we'll come up to a seat, so you can roll onto your side, you can cross your feet and come straight up. And we'll just find this cross-legged shape. Place your hands on your knees. And then feel this new orientation, feel into your body here. And then drop the chin to the chest. So keep the spine nice and long. So spine is tall but without being rigid. It's again the same as with the breath. It's looking for a sense of spaciousness in the body. So the spine is growing tall through a sense of space rather than being rigid. And then we just drop the chin. You can feel that lovely stretch in the back of the neck. And then we'll do some neck rolls. If you don't like to drop your head all the way back, some people really don't like that, just do sort of half, sort of semicircle. So your chin from shoulder to shoulder. Otherwise, we'll move the head off to one side, so ear to shoulder, and then circle around the back or to the other side at the front. Up to you. Close the eyes maybe and move really slowly. So feel. Feel for any pockets of tension. You can pause there. Feel for any little pops or cracks or any little indicators that something is being released. Imagine that you're sort of, as you're moving around, you're just like eking out that tension and just erasing it. Slowly. Next time your chin comes to the front, just pause for a moment, and then we'll move the other way. Feeling your way in. So the spine stays nice and tall. Shoulders are soft and relaxed. The movement is just in the neck. Next time you come to the front, pause again, and then lift the head. We're going to do that again, but with the whole torso in circles. So keep the hands on the knees. When you're ready, lean to one side, and then circle round to the front, and then round the spine to the back. So you can make these circles as big as you like. You can get the arms involved, so bending the elbows as you come round, really pressing the palms into the knees, the heel of the hands into the knees. Maybe imagine that the movement is happening led from the chin. So the chin tucks in at the back as the spine presses to the back of the space, and then we lead with the chin. Or the heart. Imagine that beam of light shining out of your heart center. You can imagine that moving around. Next time you come to the front, pause, and then we'll go the other way. So make this as delicious as you can. Again, if you like the visuals, you can imagine that you're easing tension, you're easing stress out of your body. You're kind of shaking up a bit of old stale energy and letting it move on through. Really finding some delicious fluidity in the body. That's what this whole little flow is about today. Next time you're at the front, let yourself come up, close the eyes, one full spacious breath. Just feel into your body. Okay, and then we'll roll over our knees into all fours. And then tuck the toes under at the back. And then sit the hips back and the arms forward. I'm just settling myself in. So toes are tucked, send the hips back, send the arms forward. You can place the forehead down. Feel that nice stretch in the armpits, in the shoulders. Okay, keeping the hands exactly where they are. Lift the hips, start to shift the weight forward and let the weight come in front of the wrists and then let the hips come down. So we're in this sort of modified upward dog. Press into the hands on your next exhale. Breathe your hips back to your heels. Keep moving, breathing in, scoop the chin maybe up as you come forward, and as the hips begin to lower, lift the gaze, press into the hands, send the hips back, stretch the arms forward, scoop up, round the spine forward, let the hips fall towards the earth. So this is a beautiful fluid meditation movement. So we get meditative as we flow. So we still the mind, we're focusing entirely on breath and movement. And then adding those little details, scooping the chin, lifting the gaze, pressing into the hands as we move back, connecting our breath to our movement. And then finding so much fluidity in the spine. Okay, next time we come forward, pause, and then come all the way down onto your belly and slide the arms so that your forearms are parallel with each other and the edges of the mat. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Spread through the fingers. Feel the pelvis grounding down, tops of the feet grounding down, forearms grounding down. So we're really connected to the ground beneath us. If you would like a little additional activation here, imagine that you're sliding your elbows towards, well, in fact, your whole forearms towards your body. So you're not going to move, but there's a kind of an energetic intention there. Just activate the arms. Imagine that they're sliding back, and at the same time, imagine that the heart is shining forward. Just feel how that activates the arms, the lower back. If that's too intense on the lower back, just lose the activation. Stay exactly where you are. If you want to intensify sensation even more, engage the core and then straighten the arms. Press into the heels of the hands. Maybe close the eyes. Keep that core really engaged. That band around the body is completely secure. Imagine it's holding you stable. If you're up in seal's pose, you can let the elbows come back down, and then you can move the elbows to the side, let the torso come down, hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and come all the way back to child's pose. Place the forehead down, settle in here for a few breaths. So in your child's pose, you can untuck the toes now or keep them tucked. That's a personal preference. I often change how I'm in my child's pose depending on my energy levels and the energy levels I want to create. So for example, if I have my arms reaching forward and I come up onto my fingertips, so imagining that I've got that little tennis ball beneath my palms, that really activates the shoulders and the arms. I find that a really energizing way to be in child's pose. It tells my body that I'm about to move and flow, and it just gives me that little boost. Whereas if I want to be very nourished and comforted and everything needs to be soft, if I'm upset or if there's I'll bring my hands round to my feet and like curl up like a little ball. If I'm tired, I might have the arms forward but bend the elbows heavily, so that there's a real kind of sense of being very rooted there. So there's lots and lots of options with child's pose. So every time I mention it, you don't have to do the same one every time. You can choose depending on what you want to generate in yourself or how you're feeling. Sorry, just having a sip of tea. Okay, so from our child's pose, we're going to come up into downward dog. So if you haven't already, slide the arms forward. Lift the head, start to come up as if you're coming to all fours, tuck the toes, and then lift the hips. And then adjust, adjust, adjust. Do whatever you need, pedal out the feet, bend the knees, change the distance between your hands and your feet. Find your downward dog. And just enjoy a couple of breaths here. If you scoff or swear when I say the word enjoy in this shape, please don't worry, it will come with time. I promise you, one day downward dog will feel like a joyful place to land, even if it doesn't yet. Okay, from this downward dog, we're going to make our way to the front of the mat, so you can walk your feet in lots and lots of little steps. You can bend the knees heavily and do it in a jump. It doesn't matter how you get there, we will meet at the front of the mat in a forward fold. So you can separate the feet a little, you can hold the backs of the legs, the opposite elbows, and keep the fingertips on the floor. Whatever works for you. And then soften through the knees, let the arms hang and roll up to standing. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Okay. Next, inhale, sweep the arms overhead and then fold back down. Find that forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Remember, at this point, we're looking for a flat back. So if that means hands on the shins or the thighs, that's fine. Maybe fingertips to the floor. Step the right foot back, nice big step back. Drop the back knee and lift up into our low lunge. So again, remember, you're in control of how much sensation you have in the hips here. Okay, we're going to move back into half splits, but we're going to try, seeing as we're doing a little bit of a fluid flow and hopefully a bit of playfulness, we're going to try and do it without touching our hands to the floor. So I always tuck my toes at the back if I'm going to do this for a bit of stability. And we're just going to sweep the hands back, come up onto that heel, fly the hands behind you, embrace the wobble, come back forward. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Send the hips back, fly the arms behind you, come back forward. One more time. Fly the arms behind you, slowly come back to our lunge. Nicely done if you manage to do that. That's really quite challenging. So, and then bring the right hand down to the ground, lift the back knee off the mat. Find this nice easy twist. Bring the left hand down and then come up. So we're keeping that back knee off the ground into our high lunge. So the back knee is lifted, and again, you decide how much you come out, how much you sink down into those hips. Feel the strength in your legs. Keep this core engaged. Remember, this whole band round here is part of our stability. Okay, seal the back heel down and open yourself into warrior two. Zooming that energy out of all fingertips. You can look towards your front hand. Don't forget that back hand though. And then gently let the back hand touch down, reverse your warrior. Okay, slowly, fluidly, Come all the way down, frame your front foot, step back to plank. Either knees down or find your flow just going halfway. Back to downward dog. Have a couple of breaths here. And then when you're ready, make your way back to the front. So either a jump or lots of little steps. Find that forward fold, soften the knees, come all the way up. And then all the way back down. Find that fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Step back with the left foot. Lower the left knee. Lift the arms. Okay, we're going to try our flying half splits. So if you want to tuck the toes at the back, that's fine. One side might be much more challenging than the other. Don't be despondent if that's the case. Okay, when you're ready, sweep back. Next inhale, come forward. Exhale, breathe yourself back. Move slowly but with fluidity. Lift up. One last time. And then we come up again. Nicely done. Bring the left hand down, lift the back knee, find that easy twist. And then the right fingers down, find your balance, get yourself centered and come up into your high lunge. Keep pressing back with that back heel. Draw that lower belly in, seal the foot down at the back, find your warrior two. So really engaging here and then imagining that midline and that scattered energy, drawing everything in. Okay, drop the back hand, gently reverse your warrior. And then fluidly frame the front foot, step back to plank, move through your flow. Fluid like water. Okay, from your downward dog, send your right leg out behind you. And then we're drawing the right knee between the hands, not the foot. So bring the right knee between the hands and then kind of really wriggle back with this left leg. Keep up on the hands, maybe on the fingertips. Try not to sink back onto that right hip. Okay, then bring the hands wider than the mat and look forward. Find your drishti, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, leading with the heart, bend the elbows and find any amount of movement forward with the heart. Then you can scoop the chin again to come up. So we're just finding fluidity in all the spaces where we land in this flow. So we'll come forward, scoop up. So bend the elbows as you come forward. Straighten the arms as you come up. Let's do one more like this. Nice. And then now we'll either place the hands or the forearms in front of us. Just feel into the outer right hip. Enjoy this really nice deep stretch here. Okay, bring the hands back to the mat. Okay, listen up. Tuck the toes on the back. Lift the back knee. Press into the hands. Step back to downward dog. Do that really slowly. That leg's been in a weird old position. Okay, send the left leg back. And then the left knee between the hands and wriggle that right leg back as much as you can. Come up onto the fingertips. Separate the hands out so they're wider than your mat. Find your drishti. Feel proud and strong. Let the heart shine forward. Feel yourself lifting out of the waist, the core engaged, that back leg is activated. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, lead with the heart. Bend the elbows, scoop yourself back up, lift the gaze. 3 more like this on your own breath. And when you're done, there's no rush. It doesn't have to be at the same time as mine. Slowly find yourself coming forward any amount. So maybe to the forearms, maybe you want to bring your head all the way down. Soften your mind when you get here. Reconnect with your breath. Maybe feel the thrumming of the energy that you've generated in your body. And then slowly bring the hands back, flat, tuck the toes under at the back, lift the back knee, and then step yourself back to downward dog. Okay, from here we're going to do a couple of rolls just to sort of ease anything out of the hips and to bring some fluidity here too. So we're going to come up onto the toes, round forward into plank, and then move back to downward dog, bending the knees any amount. 2 more like that. So flowing like water. And then have one last long, joyful, spacious breath in downward dog before we find a seat. So remember, you can come to your knees and swing your feet out, or you can just jump yourself down and sit down. Okay. So we're going to bring the sole of our right foot flat, and then we're going to lift it up, take our left hand to the outside of this foot and see. So it could be that it stays at like parallel to the floor. It could be that you can straighten it. It doesn't make any difference. We're going to open this right arm out to the back. You can look round to it. You can stay looking forward. You can look to the side, anywhere that feels comfortable for your neck. If you are straightening your leg, that's great. Whichever position your leg's in, use the hand and the foot together. If you need to bend this foot for stability, that's fine too. And then sweep this arm back round and hold the inside of your foot. So again, it can still be bent. You're going to pull on the foot, push the foot into the hands, or straighten it. And try to keep this heart kind of lifted, connected to your leg. Try to avoid kind of falling back. Let's keep things energized and lifted. And then bring this right foot to the outside of your left knee. Take this left arm and drape it round that thigh. So your forearm is all the way down your thigh. Press into the ground behind you and find a twist. Really twisting from the belly, hugging that knee in. Slowly come back round to the front, let the right leg go long. Bring this left foot in. When you're ready, you can take the outside of it with your right hand, keeping it bent or straight. Open this left arm to the back. Find somewhere sensible for your gaze. It does not have to be round at that hand. It can be wherever you like, as long as it's sensible. Isn't going to put any strain on your neck. And then sweep this arm over, hold the inside of this leg bent or straight, and find any amount of movement. So keep that heart lifted, proud towards the leg. Try not to slump back. Maybe find a little smile, the joy of being in your glorious, beautiful, unique body. And then let this foot come to the outside of your knee. Take this arm, drape it around. This one's behind, nice and close to you. If it's back here, you're kind of leaning. We want to be creating this uplift here. So again, it's nothing rigid. Imagine there's this beautiful, gentle thread pulling you from the crown of your head. It's all just full of space inside. And then twisting from the belly. And then find that breath. Slowly come back round to the front. Bring the soles of the feet together. Hold the ankles or the feet, and when you're ready, find a fold here. Feel everything beginning to just settle down. Keeping that breath smooth and slow. Maybe silently in your mind, just, giving yourself a bit of gratitude for taking the time to move your body, to connect with yourself, to soothe your nervous system. And then slowly let yourself come up. Bring your hands to your knees, close your eyes, and just feel into your physical body. Have a look at the quality of your thinking mind. What about your emotional self? Is there anything that's very predominant? Where is there pockets of warmth or energy? Just exploring your inner landscape. And then you can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me for that lovely fluid flow. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day wherever you are, and I look forward to joining you again on the mat soon. Thank you so much.